it. The winner goes on to face off against iBuyPower Cosmic in the grand finals of the first ever RLCS International Final. We want your energy, we want your excitement. Let's go ahead and send it over to the casters.
Here we go. We had thousands of teams and we're leading up to these next few games in the RLCS. Now we're at the International Finals, down to 8, down to 3.
Ooh, boy, we expected these guys to be in the finals against each other, but some surprising storylines going on today. iBuyPower waiting patiently, and you know they're going to be watching these games, trying to pick apart what they need to do to take the win.
Well, I mean, it's so strange. So many people counted out iBuyPower after a lot of the roster changes and issues there, and they're just like, what issues? What issues? No problem. We're sitting in the winner's side in the grand finals, and they're ready for whenever the team comes up here. I mean, they've shown a surprising few games this tournament. Right. But then you have Flipsid3 now on a roll. They're just snowballing, picking up momentum, and ready to plow through anyone ahead of them. But still, Northern Gaming. I mean, like, these guys expected to be one of the potential winners for this, and it's unreal. So many powerhouses.
Just goes to show what happens in a LAN environment where these two powerhouses, like you said, were planned to take it all, but one or the other in almost every prediction across the board. But now you have these two teams battling it out. A team that, like you said, has been climbing through the losers or the lower bracket, just dominating team after team. And then they come against Northern Gaming, who has pretty much done the same thing. They had that, weird upset coming out from iBuyPower. I don't even know if you want to call it upset with how well they've been playing.
Oh, exactly. And I mean, it's going to be interesting seeing these teams adapt. As they just mentioned on the analyst desk, we have a team that was just coming down from the winner's side down into losers, right. And now a team that's been steamrolling through everyone, feeling good. I mean, it's going to be an interesting dynamic, sure, but I think all the teams are getting ready to get down into this. We have Northern Gaming versus Flipsid3, the two best teams in Europe, fighting it out to get up against the best team in North America, iBuyPower Cosmic.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how this is going to pan out. Are we going to have a team that takes advantage of what's going on in the action? It looks like we've got actually a little bit of a technical difficulty going on here, you guys.
Nah, man, they're just like chilling out. I told you, it's tea time every once in a while.
What a friendly match going on.
It's tea time. You got to have every once in a while, but they're just getting in the mindset, talking to each other, talking their problems out. They're not going to play.
Yeah, no, I'm interested to see how it's going to play out. You're going to look at the difference between these two teams. One that just had over a loss. Do they use that as momentum? Are they going to use that as a team to be like, all right, guys, we finally lost, but let's use this as motivation. Let's bring it together. Let's really come back and show why we are the best team in the world.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's going to be intense. I mean, we've seen a lot of energy out for iBuyPower Cosmic. So I'm interested to see which way people are going to direct their attention for these two teams. But Flipside, again, one of those favorites to pull through.
Yeah, very difficult approach coming in. And both these teams, I mean, you see with Flipside, one of the best across the board. Every single statistic, whether it be assists, shots, goals, everything. Their worst stat overall is 5th.
That's insane.
In the world.
I mean, like, you look at Marky Duda with how many? 98 shots? 98 shots? That was insane. Like, they just like taking shots. I know he likes to steal a lot of shots, too. But, but I mean... Secure, yes. Secure the shots. But it's insane. Just how insane these guys are on every single stat, as you mentioned. Looking at all these numbers here, it's like, for a second, as you said, insane. But finally getting back down into it. This lobby was a lot nicer. They like this one. So we're going to see, we got, as we said before, Northern Gaming versus Flipside3. Game number 1 in this best of 7 lower bracket finals. Who's it gonna be? As already, Flipside trying to make an early attack, the roll across the net. Scary spot for Northern Gaming, but Remco keeps his patience and moves that forward. Composure good as Greasy tries to drop that one in. These teams feeling each other out, as we said. Northern Gaming coming off a loss, but they know that they're in the top 3 and they have an absolute chance at getting to grand finals.
Every time these teams play back and forth, it always is a one or the other. Except for a couple weeks ago in Rocket Royale, we ended up seeing William Girls winning 4-0 over these guys. If they can do that and pull it off again, it's going to be quite the surprise.
Greasy up in there trying to set up a play for their team. Maestro Greasy getting comfortable with each other, but it doesn't go to their advantage. Remco having to push that one back. Off the wall, he's gonna take this one and put it off the backboard. There's Maestro ready for a shot. Save coming out from Mike Rules to get that clear. Cooks here gonna carry the momentum forward past midfield, out of the corner. Greasy, that's gonna pop up for Marky Duda to get another one in front of the net, but Cooks here a little too far behind. Gonna at least get a boost still as he hopes Mike Rules keeps the pressure on, but they don't. Maestro, Greasy moving forward. Greasy getting another touch in the air. We'll see if Remco could be up to contest that, but Mike and Marky gonna push that one back down towards Northern Gaming's ends. They try to get another attack themselves. Shot on net. Greasy just getting in the way.
Both these teams grouping up really hard. Need to be careful and space it out. Otherwise, they are going to get punished with how fast these guys are going.
Oh, tough spot for Northern Gaming as Flipside Tactics get the first one.
Cooks here coming in, playing this solo. He pops it into mid as Marky plays it off the corner, using that backboard. But two players stopping it perfectly, and Maestro just not able to get there in time to knock that one back out. And we have our first goal in this lowers is going to. This is the lowers. I don't care about any of the
lowers finals. These are the two teams fighting to make it back to play against iBuyPower. And Flipside looking to make a statement with the first goal on the scoreboard. Game number one, but Remco leaving that for Maestro. Marky Duda getting a backflip on that to keep it out and keep them in the lead, but touch there from Cooks here could have been in favor of Remco. He couldn't get there in time and bounces off Mike as he moves up for boost as his team gets ready in formation for a shot from Cooks here. Remco, Greasy keeping that one out. Greasy gonna have to contest this. Mike's gonna put it to the side instead of on target as he tries to create another opportunity for his team. Off the backboard, Cooks here, ready for a shot. Pushes it back to Marky Duda, noticing him there as they try to get another play, pulling defenders out. But it didn't work out for them. So they're gonna have to try again. Northern Gaming looking to break out of their end, but not able to do so.
No, the midfield pressure coming in from Flipside as we expect. They're gonna be contesting these shots every single time they start to try to clear the ball out.
Absolutely contest there in the air. Favor of Mike Rules as he pushes it forward. Marky with support. There's the push. Cooks here off the backboard. Maestro, Greasy like, hey guys, that's our trick. Get out of here. Pushes it back to midfield, but they still cannot break out of their end. As you said, pressure around that midfield very, very strong from Flipside as it can't seem to break onto offense for Northern Gaming. And this is a tricky spot. Greasy flopping around, gonna have to get in front of Mike Rules as the shot almost came out.
Both these teams are respecting each other so well. Even in the middle, like that ball bounced so many times that nobody touched it. This Flipside team rotated all the way back, collected some boost, and tried to work up as a unit.
Oh,
that shot,
look at that!
From Mike Rules.
2-0 now with 2 minutes left.
Cooks here popping that up in the corner and playing it into the middle. And look at that pitch
shot.
That teamwork coming out from Flipside.
That was absolutely beautiful, working together to get that shot, that cannon off, to put them up 2-0 in this first game. 2 minutes left, a goal a minute. Not too difficult of a task, but as we said, man, Flipside is just going in right now. Those last few games in Series A played, but a shot from Northern Gaming, almost bringing that down to a 1-goal deficit. Another chance here, but Mike Rules waiting for that one on the backboard. The Spider-Man touch out to Marky Duda. Mike Rules, Cooks are gonna have to wait for pressure from Maestro before they can break out. And finally, they do get a chance as Greasy a little bit too far behind in that rotation. Cooks here, gonna have a shot stopped out by Remco. So it's pushed to the side. So they, again, have to try to break out off the backboard. Greasy to the side. Maestro, Remco have difficulty breaking out with chip. Opportunity for Remco, does get that bounce, pop down towards Flipside's end.
I like how Northern Gaming is spreading out. As soon as they go to push that ball up, they all take a, kind of as if it's like a lane, left, top, middle, and they push that down as a team and cover all sides of the field. But it doesn't seem to matter. Every single time they do that, Flipside is just waiting for where the ball is hit already, and then they clear it right back out.
There's a shot almost coming up for Remco there. Greasy keeping the pressure on with 44 seconds left. They need 2 goals to be able to tie this one up against Flipside Tactics. But Flipside playing so strong on defense, not giving a single opportunity for Northern Gaming to put a shot on net. Maestro's going to try to set one up now for them. To move forward, Remco, that's going to go off Maestro as well as it moves in for Marky Duda to take control. Greasy a little bit too far behind, not going to have enough pressure to put on. Maestro boosted up, might have a chance off the ball. Can he follow it up? No, too far out of his reach. Demo from Greasy as they try to secure one in, but 10 seconds left, and it's looking grim for game number 1 unless they can sink one. Pressure coming out. Here's Greasy to keep it up, but push to the side. Marky Duda kills any attempt there, and with 0 seconds left, there is no opportunity for Northern Gaming to come back, and Flipside Tactics gonna take game number 1.
Very well played and really smart too. They've changed the pace of that game immediately. They came out super aggressive and then slowed it down. Not only did they play the high game, but they also played the low game. You saw at the middle of that field, they just passed each other, they took it slow, and just controlled that entire possession.
Absolutely, and they kept their heads in the game, and I think a little bit more speed and aggression. More of what they do best is going to be needed from Northern Gaming if they're going to want to be able to keep on offense. Just too many times there was a point at midfield that no one was there to keep it in, and Flipside taking advantage of any of these open spots to put it back on offense in their favor.
Yeah, you see Flipside, we always talk about that midfield defense, about how you don't want shots to go in the net. That's not a good thing. Shots, even though saves are very crucial, when you can play them at the midfield, it allows you to automatically attack and get the ball back in your possession. And that's what Flipside was doing. As soon as the ball tried to get cleared out by Northern Gaming, Flipside was there stopping it. It's just there's nobody there for that next touch after that to follow it up. And that actually happened for both sides. It was pretty dormant in the middle.
Mm-hmm. And I think, once again, when they are getting the ball, Northern Gaming getting a little bit, it's such a hard thing to play against Flipside tactics.
They respect each other so much.
So they're getting touches, expecting someone to contest it, but Flipside just a step ahead, it seems, in most of those contests, ready to just take a hit from Northern Gaming and make them force over that possession. So we'll see coming into game number 2. Flipside Tactics, Northern Gaming. Who's gonna take it? Northern Gaming gonna pull it back, or is Flipside Tactics gonna be able to carry their momentum forward and steamroll everyone in this lowers bracket? We're gonna find out now. It's an early start for Flipside, puts them on offense into Northern Gaming's territory. Miss there from Remco, gonna give possession back to Mike Rules, but a chip too high from him. Gonna give Greasy to Remco. Aerial passing plays coming out. Remco trying to get a dunk on a stuff from Marky there as he pushes that to the side, but Marky Cooks here moving up. Mike there for support. Chuck back from Cooks here to Marky. Maestro is going to intercept that one, but in front of the net. You don't want Cooks here in this spot as he almost drops that one in. Good contest there.
Really good job by Greasy getting up and getting in the way. Not only did he stop that shot, but he played it perfectly into the corner. That allows this Northern Gaming team to reassume possession and then clear this out. Now they have to be careful for a counterattack.
And Maestro with a shot. Cooks here waiting back. Easy save for him. As they're still on defense, though. Greasy going to take advantage of this bouncing ball off the backboard. Somebody follow it up. It's actually going to go off the post and put the first one in for Northern Gaming.
What a beautiful shot coming out from Greasy. That ball actually missing, but gets up and plays that soft over the top and just feathering that in off the crossbar to give themselves a goal and be up with only a minute left, or a minute gone in this game.
But that was a fast game.
Yeah, real fast. Gotta go fast.
As we said, 1 goal up now for Northern Gaming. They're looking to pull this one back, and we almost had 1 goal in the last match as well. Cooks here trying to get a nice little touch on that one, but doesn't. Remco fall in the air. He's scary in the air too when he does that. Remco so strong at correcting any aerial maneuverability. You're showing it right there, but it doesn't connect with the back of the net. Cooks here gonna push that one up, give his teammates some time to recuperate on offense here. Marky getting stuffed up by Remco. Mike Rules, Maestro in the air for contest. Maestro winning that one out hard with a second touch. A little bit too low on boost there, but Greasy with a shot, gonna finish it off.
Northern Gaming making the appropriate adjustments to get back into this, and the crowd loving it. Maestro and Cooks are both going up, neither getting it, but using that backboard as they love to do. Greasy following in and securing the goal for his team.
3:30 left, and now they're up 2-0. It's looking good for Northern as long as they can keep up this pace. And there's another one almost going in. Remco trying to solidify that, but Mike does steal it away to put it on attack for them. And there's a shot from Marky. That's going to get in, and only a 1-goal differential.
Big mistake coming up from Northern Gaming on defense. This ball coming across, and you see Greasy on back, just not getting that hit. It places perfectly for Marky, and he's able to put it right back in.
There we are. Very, very quick answer to that last goal. Let's see if they can tie it up with another one.
What they do best.
Lots of time left for them to do it again. But stuffed out. Mike's attempt to move forward off the kickoff. Not going to happen. Greasy, Remco ready to move up, but a good touch from Mike. Puts that over Remco. There's Maestro to move in instead. Marky Duda pushing up. Remco recognizing this. Tries to get in, but maybe miss an unintentional fake out there. Gets it past Remco, but there's a shot on net. Wow. Cooks here with the long chip to tie it up.
Another one coming out from this team like we saw previously. That ball just getting tapped nice. He's using the nose of his car, not jumping with it, so it chips up nice and high. But the speed of that is so crucial and so difficult to time with Cooks here, not having a single problem with it being in the air or the ground.
Especially from that far away, and to be that precise, he is incredible with those shots. We'll now see, though, lots of time left for either one of these teams, but it looks like Flipside making that mid-game adaptation to figure out what they need to do. We'll see if Northern Gaming can pull it back and get the momentum in their favor. Mike Rules with a nice lob up in the air, but Greasy way up very quickly. Remco to pick this off the ground. Cooks here trying to intercept. Marky Mike communicating well to get that ball to the center, but a little bit too late as Greasy was there to put that one right back to the corner. Remco having difficulty getting it out. Finally past one, but not past Cooks here. Cooks here takes the shot, but saved easy with 2 defenders as we're battling it out in this corner to get a play started or a breakout from defense.
Well, Flipside's doing a great job of the pressure. We talked about how they're doing it at midfield. They decided they want to do it in the corner instead. But finally, Maestro's able to break it out, and it's smart on his job carrying that downfield. Rather than just taking a quick hit, he's able to maintain possession, and that allows his teammate to also rotate in, collect some boosts, kind of do some quick check marks off their list before they go and set up another attack.
There's a shot from Marky, though. Greasy out of boost and out of play. Leaves 2 defenders helpless against Marky.
So frustrating for Northern Gaming going up early and then having this team just come back and stop everything you try to do.
And man, we saw so many goals coming out of him on those scoreboards, or those stat boards, and he's showing us why right now he has so many goals. Marky putting them up into the lead against Northern Gaming in game number 2. Pulling that momentum back in their favor when they were down 2-0. Minute 45 left for Northern Gaming to pick the pace up here, get some shots on target, contest these balls in their favor. See if they can do that, but Cooks here on the move forward off the backboard. See if someone can finalize that. Marky a little bit too far forward. Maestro going to be able to keep that aside, but Remco in an awkward spot. Mike Rose just trying to drop that one down. Doesn't, and now we have a push forward from the blue squad, Northern Gaming. As they can't really get any real scoring opportunities, but at least making the breakouts, and that'll be their next step, is finding out how they can get that ball into the slot to get a scoring opportunity.
Yeah, you see how aggressive both these teams are, and it goes to show when it comes to goals against, both these teams are well above their average, but it shows that even though they're both really good on defense, it doesn't matter. Offense just coming out one after another, eventually someone breaking down, and Mike having a beautiful touch inside.
That's going to be a chance, almost. Team play coming out of Flipside there, as they just read every single bounce coming off of those backboards there, and keep putting that pressure in the box on net, but no goal resulting on that. 44 seconds left for Northern Gaming. Pull this one back. They don't want to be down 2-0 in the series. Greasy up. Mike Rule's going to be able to intercept that. Remco out to Maestro. Maestro getting tripped up. Does get the touch out front, but no one there. Remco thought he was not going to be able to get that touch. And now that's back on their end with Marky with another shot almost coming out. Remco pushing to the side. Mike Rule's pressure on. No one in net. Remco gonna have to roll this one up. He does. Take it off the sideboard up to Greasy and Maestro both up, trying to get a shot on net. They're gonna get desperate. 15 seconds left, and they need 1 goal. This is gonna be one more chance here on a counterattack as they move back to defense. This is gonna be Remco's chance here. If he can get the touch he needs off the board, out to Greasy. Greasy trying to get the touch forward, but he doesn't get what he needed. And with 1 second left, this might die down as it touches the ground here. Game number 2, going to Flipside Tactics over Northern Gaming.
Those games previously really helping out Flipside Tactics. They know how to battle back from being down, and they're doing it here in this series as well. Going out early and then coming back and fighting for those last 3. But then not only did they get the lead, they started pressuring really hard. They just didn't give these guys any room to fight back in the first place.
No, that mid-game adaptation, it was where it's at. I mean, Northern Gaming can say, we're doing something wrong here, we need to fix it up. They did it early on in the game. But then all of a sudden, Flipside's like, no, back to our favor, and takes it right back and ends up winning that game. And that's just next level. Being able to adapt to what your opponents have changed up mid-game like that is just next level. And that's why they're showing they're trying to move on with a full sweep in this series.
Yeah, I was trying to look at the stats and make any sense of it, but it doesn't. Every single time these two teams play, they are neck and neck. Every stat, one of them is number 1, the other one is number 2. And when you look at that, it really just comes down to mental game and game sense. How these teams carry. And there's a reason why they put Cookster in the middle. He's got his 2 big brothers on the side to coerce him and be like, you know what, man, we got this. Anytime he has doubt, those 2 are going to be the ones that bring him back. Now it's up to Greasy to do the same thing for his team.
And it's going to be interesting. I mean, not counting out Northern Gaming at all whatsoever, but I mean, if you have a team like Flipside that if they do end up making it through, they're in such a good mental state right now, but so is iBuyPower. So whichever one of these teams is going to pull up there, I mean, it's going to be the one in the better mental state. So Northern Gaming is going to have to make sure that they're in a good state of mind right now.
They need to dig deep. They need to come down and realize, you know what, man, we've done this before. Literally a couple weeks ago, we took it to these guys. Now is their time to do it.
Exactly. Game number 3, 2 in favor of this best of 7 right now for Flipside Tactics against Northern Gaming. Northern Gaming looking to pull this series back, get it all tied up so they're feeling comfy. There's some pressure already early off on the kickoff. Remco trying to drop that one back with his nose. Maestro has a chance, only one person to beat. Marky Duda does throw it to the short side, but wasn't on target. Cooks here does keep it away.
I really like seeing him dribble there too. He didn't force anything. And usually in a dribble, you only need to beat one person. That's the whole intent of it, because you should have a player behind you ready to follow up. It's very difficult when you do it right in front of the net, because it's going to get pushed to the side.
Maestro Greasy moving up. That's going to roll in front of the net. Marky just keeping it away from that slot. Maestro getting bumped out. Can't get a second attempt. Remco's going to be the one to push it back into the offense. There's Greasy trying to get another play, but now the breakout opportunity for Flipside. Good stop from Maestro on Marky there as he tried to take a shot on target. Mike rolls the bounce out. There to intercept that, but Greasy. Maestro up in the air very quick. They're knowing they have to get to these balls quick to contest everything. Northern Gaming playing very strong, recognizing what they need to do. And I mean, these are top teams. They're going to adapt. They're going to change their play styles. And there's a shot from Cooks here. Rolling on the line. Another one of these. I can't do this anymore. There's too many of these goal line balls. I can't do it.
Oh my goodness, but that's going to show the mental game that's playing on there. The fact that they were able to just keep cool, even with that ball on the goal line, and you see a team like Flipside coming to attack you, and just to poise up and get that out of the way, and now still keep it away, that's huge.
Oh, I would have panicked and put it right in my net like twice somehow.
Well, yeah, I know that. Brutal.
Savage. 3 minutes left, still 0-0 between these two teams as they try to duke it out to get that first one, the momentum swing in their favor. Maestro. Back pass to nobody. Greasy expecting a shot to come out earlier. Remco going to take that off of Mike. That bounces up in the air. Greasy was going to contest it, but a little too much hesitation leaves him out of the play now. Maestro with one person to beat. Marky Duda wrapping that around him. Greasy now off the corner. The drop down. Good touch from Marky, but no one there to take the shot from Flipside. He's going to get a nice little spinneroonie himself to put it in front of the net. Cooks here going to help him out and drop another one down from Mike. Mike trying to put that on target. Almost in. Cooks here. Can this be the finish to drop it in? Off the crossbar. No finish from Flipside.
All three back.
And they just managed to keep it out, but no push, as you just said, and taking advantage of that open net.
There was all three pushed up. I'm surprised we didn't get a huge counterattack from Northern Gaming. But that shot from, was it Mike or Marky? I think it was Mike. But Mike came in, he rotated his ball, and then the car rotated, and then he jumped again to just toss himself at the car. It was insane.
So I actually know some in practice doing that, and I'm like, I want to see that come out in playing. He just did it. It didn't result in the goal, but he's been doing that so well, and he's so on point with those.
It's just ridiculous how he's able to get that angle. Normally there is no way to get that touch, but just really understanding the physics of this game.
Absolutely. Next level, and that's why these guys are at the top in the RLCS International Finals. Top three teams right here, but neither one of them scoring. Northern Gaming and Flipside Tactics both trying to be the first one. Insane to see in overtime with 0 goals. Minute 40 left for either one of them to get a goal and secure themselves a win before overtime hits. But Greasy, Maestro looking to be the ones to do that. There's a pass out front. Maestro up hard for that and back passes. He's going to actually try to drop that on net. Remco trying to recenter that. Greasy way back for boost. Not going to be able to get the pressure on. Maestro's going to have to be the one. Nope, Greasy does get up, but beaten out by Cooks here. Remco, Maestro going to have to boost back. Marky just trying to play back there. Maestro, as they try to get a play start up here. Greasy off the backboard. Feels backflip from Maestro. Going to be a chance for Cooks here to push that back to midfield as Marky moves up for a shot. A little bit too high, but off the backboard. Mike Rules to finish it off. And still 0 scoring with a minute left.
Definitely making the right adaptation as we were talking about. You see Mike taking full advantage with the back and forth. He's going denying boost. He's taking
passing plays though from Northern Gaming almost coming out.
Yeah, you see these teams definitely taking full advantage of their opportunities. Mike denying boosts on both sides, really doing boost management, and he's timing it very well. You see Maestro coming on the other side, demoing people. They're doing anything they can to take this win.
Almost a goal coming out for them, but look at Northern Gaming now on the attack. They want this goal. They do not want to hit overtime. They have the momentum now. They don't want to kick off. Momentum reset, but back into their own end. We'll see if they can push it right back out. Remco boosts it up, loses that to Marky Duda in the slot there. Almost dropped in. There's Mike Rules keeping the pressure on, but Greasy sending that right back in. Up in there himself. He might get that over. No, Cooks here does get that over his head. Remco to keep that on the orange side in Flipside's territory. And they cannot get a goal out of this back and forth ping pong. If this hits the ground, we're gonna go in overtime while we're scoreless. Remco's gonna wanna drop that when he does. Now we're into overtime. Flipside Tactics, Northern Gaming in game number 3. Oh my goodness.
This is such a rough position for Northern Gaming to be in. They need to take this win for momentum purposes. And
Remco with the shot, just stopped out by Mike.
Oh my gosh, sniped away by Mike, rotating in to get that save. But watch them take this down as a team, getting a little bit of confliction, but now they need to
this could be
back.
it for Greasy, just a little bit too wide and almost on target. Mikey's gonna send that right back to the corner, but look at Northern Gaming putting the pressure on now. They are feeling this. Maestro trying to squeeze that between, could not thread the needle properly. And instead, Greasy gonna have to try to recenter that. Remco there, recognizing Clipser's gonna get the touch, backs off, lets Maestro move instead. The roll up, that could be a shot for Remco. He can drop that one, and that's gonna be on. Remco puts it in overtime and takes it back. 2-1 now in the series for Flipside. Northern Gaming taking that one.
Beautiful plays coming out. You see him getting bullied by Maestro in the goal, making this guy back up, and it falls on Cookser. Cookser's trying to rotate in his last moment, but still, the bullying, every single aspect of this game being thought of between these two teams just to get a win. Unbelievable game.
Right, and I mean, there's something switched there. Something switched there for Northern Gaming near the end of that series. They were on point. They were getting every touch they needed to each other, and they were there for it. Their midfield pressure, as Flipside had early on in the series, they had it this time, and they were able to keep on offense near the end there, and that's what allowed them that goal. They just kept putting on the pressure.
Yeah, we got a chance to actually talk to Mike a little bit backstage before the games, and he was talking about, he thought it was actually a best of 5, and it's a best of 7. He was actually really excited about that.
He was relieved,
because he knows how these teams play against each other. There's so much back and forth. It can go either way at any times, but over time, they usually do perform a little bit better. Flipside has always been touted as kind of that top, and you see it in the fan base. But they're battling this out. It is going to come down to the wire. I'm going to make my only prediction, and this is going to go to Game 7.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that one. I like it. More Rocket League is always good for me. But yeah, back on to what they're doing on the field there, and going to game number 7 is, and why he was relieved is, yeah, as you said, adaptation is a very critical thing. And they're going to be, I mean, they've showed that they can do it mid-game adaptations in a best of 7. You'd think they'd come out on top, but Northern Gaming, Flipside Tactics, and game number 4.
Well, it's crazy that we talk about adaptation so much. In most games, it takes a couple rounds. It takes multiple games or series. These guys are doing it instantly in between games.
Oh, exactly. No, it's nuts. And that's why I mentioned it in the series I was casting before, is that 5-0 in that series before meant nothing for the entirety of the series, because every individual game is important into itself. And that's what these players have to do, is make sure they keep their heads in the immediate game and not on the overall thing. If they start thinking about their losses, then that's it. But 30 seconds in, both teams. We'll see if we get a 0-0 game this entire time as well. But nothing coming out yet. Remco trying to keep that to the side. Mike Rose trying to put it on the center. Markey ready for that, just in case it did happen to get there. But being up, allowed him to keep the pressure on. Misses that one. It's going to be a chance for Maestro to push that one out past Cooks here. That's going to be off the backboard, almost in the top corner. But Greasy going to set that up for Remco. Remco off the board. Can he get the shot? Almost getting a nose on that one to put it on. But now having to rush back into their own end. Northern Gaming keeping that away from dropping into the box. Oh, but a shot almost on target. Maestro keeping it out.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that these guys have trust in each other, but they're also not afraid to come out and make a shot. Like, they're confident in what they're doing, and nobody on this team's going to get upset by that. They know this team's available to do whatever they need to.
There's a nice clear down from Northern Gaming into Flipside's end, but nothing came out of that one. They're back in their own end. Having to make a breakout attempt again. Good team play from them, but Remco did miss on the touch that he needed, so that's going to go back to Greasy to try to clean up off the wall. A little bit of a whiff there from both teams, expecting each other to hit it. Demo from Maestro, going to be a chance for Northern Gaming to break out, but Cooks are going to take advantage of them being out of position and put that right back pressure onto their end. A toss-up from Mike to Markey, but Markey a little bit too far behind that. Going to just give Cooks here a chance to try it himself. Cooks are going to touch. He does miss out on that. Maestro up to Greasy. Greasy back to Maestro. Passing plays. This is what we like to see from Northern Gaming, but not enough follow-up there, and Mike does put that to the side as Flipside trying to break out and get an attack of their own.
These guys are not giving anybody space, but that shot over the top doesn't matter. And look at that, like, as soon as he gets hit, there's someone waiting for it to pick up. It just shows how well they're rotating and how they're, like, communicating as a team. That's very difficult to do, and I don't think people realize that.
Maestro getting back as Remco puts that one down to midfield. Northern Gaming trying to make a breakout here. Cooks here stopping that from rolling up, but a shot off the backboard from Greasy to no teammate as they were back getting all boosted up. We're going to see Maestro Remco try to make a push out past mid here. The chip up, Marky going to intercept to keep that pressure on at midfield. Mike Rules taking advantage of that to put one just off target, taking Maestro and Remco out of the play, but Cooks here on the back heel now. Just needs to get a touch away, but Remco hard on that one's going to put it in.
Remco going over the top, that soft touch by Cooks here, having to backpedal all of his way, and still gets a pretty good touch to the outside. It just, you see how much aggression these guys are pushing down as a unit, and Remco able to read that very well with a well-placed shot.
Well, they gave it no chance. I mean, Cooks here had it past one, but there were two people ready just in case. Cooks here got that touch, and he did, and they put it in. Well played from Northern Gaming, but Greasy trying to come down like a rocket to put that one in. Just a little bit too short. It doesn't go in, but they still are in the lead. Greasy with a shot on target. That's going to almost squeeze in. Cooks here just keeping it out.
Yeah, back and forth yet again. These guys are putting shots after each other on net. But good defense coming up from both. You normally see Cooks here kind of being the all-around the one to hang back, but they're all rotating in a perfect symmetry. Like, there's no real select thing that's happening, and that applies to Northern Gaming as well.
They're just getting really good aerial touches, the ones they need to each other from Northern Gaming.
Look at him control that pace.
Oh, absolutely incredible. Cooks here just trying to get that, install some times out for his teammate actually to get all boosted up. Just keeping on the ball. Look at that smart play from him, just killing time as they get a play set up. They have a minute 18 left, but they're taking their time. They know they can't overrush this, otherwise they're going to result in another goal for Northern Gaming if they push too hard and not smart enough. But now almost on the attack. Cooks here waiting for Mike Rules. Greasy does stuff that past him. Greasy going to try to keep the pressure on, just getting in their way. Remco trying to take a shot. Marky keeping that to the side. Maestro, pressure on. 50 seconds left for Flipside Tactics now to make a move and tie this one up. Otherwise, series going to end up being tied up 2-2. As Northern Gaming is going to take this one off the wall. A bit of a miss from Maestro. Remco very close behind, and as I said, they'll always see that. 2 on, but a shot, long shot for Flipside Tactics to tie it up.
Beautiful placement from Mike. Yeah, Remco places that in the middle, very dangerous. Greasy needed to cheat up a little bit sooner than that, but Mike sees it immediately and takes a nice soft touch to the back. There was no one back. All 3 players expected to be able to carry that. They had the possession, but that one missed touch, capitalizing on it. We got a tie game, man.
We have a tie game as Northern Gaming trying as hard as they can to bring this one back and make sure they don't lose another point in the series. We'll see if they do it. 30 seconds left. Tied up. Shot from Mike, though. Trying to kill those dreams right there. Breezy with a nice long throw off the roof. Cooks here going to meet that one, but a contest from Remco to Maestro. Almost dropping that one in, but another shot from Remco. Blocked out by Marky Duda, but the pressure is unreal. Shot after shot after shot. Remco missing that one. Maestro trying to get the soft side, and a miss still. Remco, Greasy, trying to pitch this one in, almost in. What relentless attack from Northern Gaming. It's not over yet. It is not over yet. Remco, there it finally drops. Oh my goodness, Northern Gaming was going in for that one.
I love the aggression they put out there, and they're actually taking something risky. Both going for boost, leaving no one in net. I know James is already triggered seeing that, but you see how smart they're playing. They're doing anything unconventional.
Remco almost having that air dribble on that one. Oh my goodness. We'll see though another attack from Maestro. Only one person in net off the backboard. Scary spot when you're against Northern Gaming. They did not capitalize on Remco trying to just keep possession. Greasy with a whiff. Scary spot. Maestro gonna miss it as well. Mike Rules takes it, and they take the win on that one. That's gonna be Flipside Tactics.
Breaking down that goal. You see that pass from Remco and the miss from Greasy, but you see as noticing Maestro's trying to cut off that angle, but he has one opportunity to jump and take that hit. If he didn't jump at that as soon as he did, that would have never went in.
Mike Rules clutching him out a goal there in that overtime, and that's going to be another game in favor of Flipside Tactics.
One away, man.
Yeah, against Northern Gaming. Northern Gaming is looking at a very difficult situation right now. As you just said, they are one game away from being knocked out of this tournament entirely, and I'm sure that's not the place that they want to be.
No, I'm sure Flipside's got their eye on the prize. Literally, if they win this next game, they get a guaranteed $11,000 plus.
That's aight. That's
Yeah,
tight.
I mean, no big deal,
problem.
right?
But I mean, like, Flipside has just been steamrolling. They've been steamrolling. They've been going through, and they're continuing doing that now. They're just not letting up. I mean, it's so close. Northern Gaming is doing a very, very good job of keeping up in this game and keeping the pace in their favor. What was that at the end there? They just went ham. They just went in and were going hard, and they have to do that in this next one. As you said, one game out, there is nothing to lose at this point.
Well, the toughest part now is taking what they did at the end of that game and bringing it into the next one. Even though it didn't work, they didn't get the win, that is exactly what they need to do to catch Flipside off guard. Because Flipside, if there was enough time in that game, would have lost that game. There was so much pressure coming out, there was nothing they could do. They were pigeonholed.
Absolutely, really, as you said, like, there was just, it touched the ground. They had just one more second. They still had the pressure on. They were still going in. They weren't done yet. We'll see if they can keep that up in game number 5. Flipside Tactics versus Northern Gaming. This is intense. This is the Rocket League. I love to see these guys going in. Who's going to take? Is Northern Gaming going to be able to pull it back? I don't know. Or is Flipside going to continue the steamroll through the lower bracket there? I don't know. We're going to see early on, though, who's going to get that first goal, get that momentum. See if Remco can put one in off the backboard. Greasy and Co trying to get what they had going on at the end of that last match started up right now, but in their own end. A little bit too far for anything Flipside to do. Good pass from Greasy to Maestro, recognizing where each other are, but Cux here does send that one right back into their own end to start again.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth. You're going to see this midfield game, but you see how fast Flipside is attacking already. I know we're only a couple seconds in, but look how well they're controlling this. Soft little passes and then just bursts of speed.
Almost a lob there from Marky Duda. Remco does get in the way in time. Marky Duda going to chip that one right back in as they want to get another attack. He's going to opt for boost instead. Nosy, oh, what's going on? What? Mike Girls is going to take way advantage of that as Northern Girls just went bot mode.
You see how fast this is getting played in, and Greasy just looks confused, not sure what's going on. He was trying to rotate back around and position his car, but recognizing that immediately is this Flipside team and punishing them for it. They want this win so bad.
It wasn't even all-star bots, that was rookie bots. Let's hope they don't do that one. Let's hope they don't do that one again. Only one goal down though, 4 minutes left. Lots of time for them to get back. They trying to make an attack here. Cooks here. The shot on a little bit wide. Maestro just setting that one down gently. Marky gonna get out of there as he lets Mike Rules take his place. Good rotations from them. Maestro pushing that far. A little bit too bad of a touch there. Cooks are almost taking advantage, and Mike Rules gonna chip another one in. 2 up now, a minute 20 in.
This Flipside team doing whatever they can to run away with this. Cooks here had a really good pass, but Greasy and Remco both coming out for that, so it's an easy read from this team rotating in, and Mike Rules gonna get himself another goal.
See if they can pull it back, and a man when Northern Gaming is on, they are on, and that's what they need to do right now. Once they get that rotation in rhythm, they are scary. Maestro gonna opt to take that one off the ground, trying to pop it up. Remco waiting for that. I love how close they always sit to each other. Maestro, Remco, always so close to option coverage, and then Greasy coming in as that third. Yes, as you said, so confident. They trust each other, and that's what is so scary about them, but they're just not able to break through. Those touches are getting contested by Flipside every time, and that's why they're up 2-0 in this game. 3-1 in the series, trying to get another goal in there, solidify their lead. Marky Duda pushed to the side. Maestro Remco trying to get a play started up here. Just can't seem to break past that defense and get a shot into the box. Again, scoring opportunities out. Remco, a lob out to Greasy, gonna try a shot here. Can he get it off the backboard? Maestro to finish it, but Mike Rules getting the save. What a play from Northern, but what a save from Flipside. Cooks here trying to put one in himself now.
Very good job on Cookster following that through. He follows it up and then gets the stop over, trying to contest it, but all these teams doing such a good job and so confident, like you said. They shadow and follow each other unbelievably. And you'd think they'd get cluttered and tangled up, but it just doesn't happen. They know exactly what their teammates are trying to do, and at all times, they're willing to follow it up.
Absolutely. Remco now with a pass back to the center. Mike Rowe's going to miss that one. No one there to take advantage of it, though, as both of the defenders still way back. It's going to give Cux here a chance to push that one out front. That's a slow roll to the net. Marky Duda missing the opportunity. Wide open net there. No one was contesting that. Flipside going to try to make another move now. 2 minutes left. Northern Gaming is 2 goals away from being knocked out of this tournament entirely. We'll see if Greasy can get a goal here to almost bring it back. Marky getting in the way.
The defense from Marky coming out yet again, stopping everything this team is throwing at them. But that ball in the middle in a dangerous spot. Maestro's going to be the first one to go up for it. but it just doesn't seem to matter. Nobody following up his pass has been the issue. They need someone on Northern to keep these shots coming. We saw glimpses of it right before the overtime last game.
Maestro, Mike Rules contest. Remco going to try to take advantage of that. Still on the flip side, and Breezy pushing up, trying to read that touch from Marky Duda. Doesn't quite get what he wanted, but a shot from Remco going to be in, and we're at a 1-goal differential.
Not allowing this Flipside team past half field for so long. Eventually, someone was going to break out of rotation. You see Remco, a beautiful shot, using the hood of his car to pop it in and give themselves a 1-goal difference. They have a chance.
Here it is, a minute 30 for Northern Gaming to make a move, or is Flipside Tactics going to be able to once again steamroll through these guys and push themselves up to the winner's side to play against iBuyPower Cosmic. Minute approaching now. Northern Gaming playing it slow, trying to find that breakout opportunity. Marky with a nice lob right towards the center. There's Greasy. Remco moving up. Finally, contest in favor of Remco. Maestro with the stuff, but Remco too close up. Get that touch. Greasy getting lost out by Cooks here there as he tries to bump out Remco. At least get a touch out to Marky Duda. Marky gonna put one on, but just misses. Maestro off the wall.
Was insane from Cooks here. Before that play even developed, he turned off his ball cam so he could see behind him to make sure that there was boost available. It ends up getting stolen from him, so he pushes it up really quick, lands on the boost, and then tries to get another touch. The fact that he landed on it, I'm gonna assume he planned that because it's Cooks here.
It's Cooks here.
I don't even know anymore.
He planned it, calculated every single time, but now 30 seconds for Northern Gaming to do this. Otherwise, they are at 1 single goal. I say that as if it's gonna be easy, but 1 single goal separates them from being knocked out and having Flipside moving on in this bracket. The grand finals, we'll see here, 10 seconds left. Maestro getting that bounce. No one there to contest that one. Someone has to contest this. Remco keeping it alive. Breezy off the backboard. Breezy in front of the net. Remco trying just a little bit too far. Still in front of the net. These guys have to get it 1 second. If this ball touches, it is over, and that's it. Flipside Tactics are gonna move on into the grand finals, and there goes Northern Gaming. iBuyPower, Flipside Tactics, they're waiting.
I cannot believe how this is all came out. They got knocked out early by this team, and now they're coming back through the loser's bracket and carrying all that momentum for vengeance. They are coming for revenge. Look out, iBuyPower.
So how perfect is this? I'm glad they're following their scripts.
No, yeah, we
and
just
that we have
followed-
Flipside
scripted
and
it.
iBuyPower in the fall. They have some, I'm glad they're doing that. But what, like this is like,
Insane.
this has been a year of Rocket League leading to this point, coming up to these two teams going up in the grand finals. This was insane, not to count out any of these other two teams. All the teams today showed absolutely incredible gameplay, and this is incredible.
Northern Gaming, you could tell they put their heart and soul into that play. They came out with everything they had. They tried everything they could. It just looks like it's Flipside's one to take today. And that's unfortunate because we had some really good games, and they have to go home now.
I am probably going to explode with this next setup. I mean, it's going to be insane. I think everyone's just going to explode up like a goal explosion. These two teams are going to be insane. Again, Northern Gaming, not to be counted out. I expect fully to see them coming back in future tournaments, that's for sure. They played so well, they played so strong, they fought to the very end. Every game was close, despite it being at 4-1, but absolutely insane.
Yeah, we saw that same thing with the Cosmic Series 4-2. That does not tell the story going on here. That's why you need to be here watching these games with us, because watching these guys battle back and forth is the best experience you could ever get with how they've been playing. I am flabbergasted by some of the things these guys do, and I watch it all day, and it's still not enough to be like, what was that? Like, it's insane.
Well, I'm excited to get to those next matches. I can't even talk anymore. To those next matches, but we're going to get down and talk to Mike Rules on stage with Golden Boy to see what is going on in their heads right now coming in these next matches.
Thank you, gentlemen. Mike Rules. Congratulations, my man. I mean, this has been quite the road for you guys, going into the lower bracket so early and pretty much just going through an absolute tear. You must be just absolutely out of your mind right now.
Yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic. You know, yesterday when we lost to IBP in the first round, you know, I thought we were done for really because, you know, we weren't playing that well, and, you know, we were surprised at how good IBP were. But, you know, we were never going to, you know, just lie down and give up. And we've done this before. We've lost first round, and we've come all the way from the lower bracket to win a whole tournament, and we're going to do it again.
Woo! All right, so, I mean, this is when I think of competitive Rocket League eSports, two team names come to mind. Flipside Tactics and iBuyPower. Like this is, you guys are like the gatekeepers of this whole community as far as like, you want to get to the top, you got to go through me. This is it. I mean, could you have seen it going any other way?
I mean, it's always going to be us and IBP, really, isn't it? So it's the fan favorites, really, isn't it? And there's a lot of NA folk here because we're in LA, obviously, so the bias is going to be against us, so...
Oh, I think you have some fans here, though, right? You got some fans here, right?
We've got some fans here, but we're going to have to crash the party and disappoint all the NA people, I think.
Ooh, crush the party and crash the party. Disappoint, crush and crash, whichever you prefer. In any case, so go celebrate with your team. Of course, it'll be short-lived because you got to get ready for the grand finals. So congratulations. Give it up to Mike Rules and Flipside Tactics. They're going to be going to the finals to face off against iBuyPower Cosmic. It is going to be electric, and I can't wait. Let's go ahead, send it over to our analyst.
Thanks, Golden Boy. Absolutely incredible to hear from Mike there. And yeah, they lost in the first match they played in the tournament against iBuyPower Cosmic. They fall all the way down the lower bracket, and now, guess what? They're in the grand final.
James, I believe Flipside is warmed up. Finally, they are warmed up. They just took it to Northern Gaming. Mike Rules scored 4 goals in the last 4 goals in Game 4 and Game 5.
Yes, and in Game 1 here, Mike scoring that second goal of the first game, they shut out Northern Gaming in that first game. Northern just could not get their game going.
Yeah, and then just some like uncharacteristic misses there from Remco, but Greasy finishing that one off. But they seemed a little bit on edge the entire series.
Yeah, and you saw Greasy miss that clear opportunity there. Marky put it in. Flipside, like you said, they were just warmed up. They had played so many more series. Because they got knocked down into that lower bracket early, they had played so many series coming into this series hot.
Yeah, and Remco, man, he tried to pull them back in with that overtime winner, but Flipside was like, nah, man, this is our tournament. Mike Rules and Marky.
Yeah, the no boost flip there to sneak it by. Northern Gaming took that first overtime, but then Mike brought that second overtime to Flipside, and then the final Game 5, Mike scoring those 2 goals, really just stepping up huge. We saw Cooks do it all day, and now in the biggest series Flipside has played to date, Mike came up big.
And not only huge, he also gains a little bit more recognition. I think we're getting used to saying his name, but your MVP for that last match from Flipside is Mike Rules.
Yeah, Game 4 and Game 5, he really came up big for them. And just a lot of mistakes from Northern Gaming. Not what we saw from the first 2 rounds. It seemed like after they started losing games, maybe they got a little nervous. And Flipside just took it to them. Like every time there was a mistake, there was Mike Rules there to finish it.
Yeah, maybe getting knocked down into that lower bracket by Cosmic was a good thing for Flipside because they have had the opportunity to build up their confidence all tournament long. You saw Cooks, he's a little nervous before the series have been going, but he has just been godlike this entire tournament. Now Mike getting on fire at this time. Look out for Marky too in the next one. Flipside looking really strong, but they're gonna have to take back-to-back series wins if they hope to take #1 spot.
Well, they have been playing the most matches on stage out of any other team just because they're sent down to the lower bracket. So they've been up there and they're playing really well. Ladies and gentlemen, your next match, your last match potentially of the first ever RLCS International Final is going to be Flipside Tactics versus iBuyPower Cosmic. It does not get any more awesome than this. You're gonna get flashbacks on yesterday a little bit because of how awesome that match was between these 2 teams, and it's bound to be even better in the grand final. Guys, we're gonna take a short break, but we'll be back with that grand final.